welcome to Homeschooling Life. Thank you so much for tuning in to our channel. Lauren and I just love doing this and bringing you guys videos each week. And so we are towards the end of the year. Most people have already finished. Maybe you've got a kid finishing up, one subject or maybe a final project that they didn't get finished. But for the most part, unless you do homeschool year round, everybody is like winding down for the year. So that made me think of, okay, what are my summer homeschool plans? Oh, that sounds terrible, doesn't it? But I do have a few, and I just kind of wanted to share them with all of you guys, what our summer homeschool plans are. Now, most homeschool moms this time of year have either already bought their curriculum for next year or they know what they're going to use and things like that. I'm almost there. I kind of know what I want, but there's just a few little things in our life that might change over the next couple weeks that would change what I pick. So I'm going to hold off on sharing my curriculum choices until I get that taken care of. But just in general, I know that homeschool moms are going to be doing that over the summer. What are our summer homeschool plans? And I made a list. I was kind of just working on it this morning. I'm kind of a list person. So this is in no particular order, just kind of came out of my brain what I'm going to do. And one thing that I'm going to do, this would be on the mom homeschool list, is get all my credits organized for my kids. I've shared a video a while back on like how we're keeping the credits, and so now we've got a year and a half, 2 years worth of credits in us, and so I'm going to get it organized in my 3-ring binder, get it organized on my Google Drive, get it uploaded everywhere that I need it, and that way that's all ready to go. That's actually pretty fresh on my mind, and that's pretty high on the list. So after I get that done, I'll be able to share with you guys how I did that and how I'm going to keep up with that. So I want to hurry up and do that because the kids just finished up all their final exams and everything. So that's fresh on my mind on how to do that. Another thing, this is total, like, again, no particular order. This was just me jotting down some of the things I wanted to do this summer. And Lauren actually gave me this idea a couple weeks ago, and I've been doing it, and it's kind of awesome. My youngest gets to watch a magic school bus show every day. In our house, like, we really don't watch a lot of TV. Like, we don't have the TV on, like, ever. And so, like, it's kind of, well, we do like movies, but, like, we don't watch TV during the day. And so for the kids to get to watch just, like, a show during the day is, like, really exciting to them, especially my younger one. And they have the magic school buses free on, I forgot what app, Tubi maybe right now. And so every day my youngest knows that he gets to watch a magic school bus, and like after his chores are done, and he's like looking forward to that because he knows the answer is yes every day. And I'm just going to let him watch all those seasons. And it's been pretty fun because a lot of the stuff he's like, oh, Mom, I already knew that because we did that in science or something like that. And it's just something that is bringing joy to him and joy to our home. And so that's a summer homeschool plan, is he gets to watch a magic school bus every day. Another thing is I always have these great plans to watch all these movies that go along with our history or something like that. But the reality of it is we get so busy during the year that we don't get to have like family movie night like I'd like to, because Friday night we might be at a ball game, or Saturday night we might be out here. So I have this list of movies that I've been wanting to watch as a family that like we've studied in history, and the kids and everybody wants to watch them. So I've written down a list of movies that I want to watch as a family that actually went with our history last year that we did not get to watch. And so it'll just be kind of fun to, bring it back. Sometimes if I'm feeling real fancy, I might do a themed snack with the movie. When the kids were younger, we read them all the Lord of the Rings stuff. And I did a whole themed of, is it the Limbus bread? And I don't know, I just made all these fun things. And they were young, but it was really fun. So I'm not saying I'm going to make themed snacks with our movies, but I do have a list of movies that I want us to get to watch this summer as a family. Another summer homeschool mom goal that I have is I'm going to do a couple read-alouds with my younger. Read-alouds have always been one of my favorite things about homeschooling. But we did not do a great job this year. Like I really struggled with being able to get them in. Everybody in my house is now a reader. Even my youngest is a reader. And then, everybody's schedules was a little bit different. And so I found myself that the chapter book read-alouds to my youngest is sometimes what I would push to the side. And I just didn't do as well as the job as I wanted there. So I decided that is going to be that's one of my summer things. I'm going to pick out a couple of the books that I really enjoyed with the other ones, and I have time this summer, and so I am going to do a couple of read-alouds with him in the summer. And it's not going to feel like school because just be kind of a fun thing to do, and the rest do not have to join in, so that'll be fun. Another thing that we're doing in my summer homeschool plans is I'm going to do some math flashcards with a couple of my kids, probably just 3 days a week, less than 5 minutes, and I'm nobody's going to want to do that. But there was just some fluency things that I feel like we still need to work on that's going to make our math more fun. Okay, I shouldn't say more fun. There are some math fluency things that a couple of my kids need to work on that is going to be crucial to them to be able to do their math well next year. And so I'm going to do that, like I said, maybe 3 days a week and have a treat for them, whatever that is, so it doesn't feel like school. I also paid for the night zookeeper. I need to write it in my planner when I need to cancel next year, but I just went and bought the year membership, and they seem to really enjoy that, and the kids are always wanting to, get on technology or watch this, so I am going to let them still do night zookeeper for so many minutes a day in the summer as long as they want to. So and then I'm still going to have one of my kids I've shared about it before, but it's called Rocket Math. It's not very expensive at all. It's on an app on the iPad, and it's more like just some math fluency things, just because they need to work on that. Again, I don't want it to feel like school. I don't want it to feel like they're having to do it or anything, but I want it to be very low-key and just be able to do that. With my bigger kids, my summer homeschool plans is Lauren and her daughter and my teen daughter and we are still going to continue on through our book club. It's not really school. It's enjoyable. It's fun. We get to go to a coffee shop or at one of our houses and just, be relational with each other and visit about the books. And so we're just going to continue doing that, just very, very low key. And so here's another one. This is kind of totally random, but I'm going to cook breakfast for my kids this summer. I know that sounds such like a silly summer homeschool goal, but if you've watched any of our other videos, I think we did one, I don't know, maybe about routines or chores a year or two ago, and we had the routine that all the kids basically got up and they had to have their own breakfast cooked and eaten and cleaned up before 8 o'clock. And that was because I was running in the morning. I was busy. My husband was busy going to work, and it was just, to teach them like independence and doing things like that. But, I think we also shared another video about this. Lauren and I just talked about sometimes just the importance of serving your kids and cooking them breakfast and things like that is just a great start to the day. Kind of like when they were younger and you would do, I don't know if y'all did this or just me, Waffle Wednesday, Muffin Monday or whatever. But this summer, I have the time to be able to cook them breakfast, and I know that they enjoy it, and maybe I'd like to cook some like nicer breakfasts and good breakfasts, because during the school year, I really don't have the time to do that because like I said, I'm usually running in the morning, or, one kid is having to leave for practice at 7:15. So just the schedule is a little off. And so I don't know if you can call that a summer homeschool plan or not, but it's just something that is like a nurturing thing to do as a mom, and the kids enjoy it, and it's very good relationally, like almost like a relational reset. I feel like one of the benefits to homeschooling is that, you get to be around your kids, the siblings get to be around each other, you get to, make all these memories together and do all this stuff together, and it's really good. But sometimes it can be very rigorous. especially like, when your kids are getting into, harder maths, especially when they are struggling in their school, especially when the kids are growing and aging and everybody's schedule is crazy. Things can just get a little bit wild, and you have to, do the best you can to manage it. And so to me, being able to serve my kids and, cook a breakfast for them a few days a week is like a very good relational reset and atmosphere setter for the summer that would be positive. So those are some of my, I've got my list of movies already there, but I told you that. It's just a way for me to, love them and do that kind of stuff for them. So not really any kind of rigorous learning. I'm not for like summer school or anything like that. Because in all honesty, your summer break is very short. Like, it's really not that long. Once you go through your baseball season or your, the few family plans that you have or things like that, you turn around and it's time to start school again. So I want summer to be a place of rest and fun and just relaxation and joy, so that when we do get ready to start our school year, we have like a fun, relaxed, positive, thing to draw on to start that. So, but I am going to do a few things. Like I said, the Not Zookeeper, the movies, the Rocket Math, a couple flashcard things, and the Read Aloud, just to make it very simple. So anyways, those are my summer homeschool things that I'm doing. Besides, picking all my curriculum, cleaning out my homeschool closet, all of those things that need to be done. Oh, here, I have this big thing beside me I was going to show you. So this is something I do in the summer. I don't know if this is helpful to anybody or not, but I have this humongous whiteboard. I don't know what size it is. And it's just movable and not on like on a card or anything. And I bring that in here in the summertime, and I don't do it every day because it wears people out, but about 2 or 3 days a week, I write everybody's name on the marker board in a different color marker, and I set it up against our hearth where our fireplace is, and I write down like 1 or 2 like extra chores that kind of need to be done around the house. Mow this area of the yard, wipe off this part of the back porch, use a magic eraser and clean your door, just something like that. And so I write it down. That way, I tell them once, but like, I'm not having to nag them and remind them to do it. And they just see it and they know that they're one little extra chore and they can erase it when they're done and be done with it. And that has seemed to work really well in our house, like just for, the relational aspect and not the nagging stuff. And if you're doing that 2, 3, 4 days a week, whatever, and each chore is less than 10 or 15 minutes, it is a great way in the summertime to stay on top of some of those things that need to be done. Anyways, I don't know if that has to do with this video, but I brought it in here because I was about to write their extra chore down today, and I think they like me writing it and not nagging them about it. For example, somebody just put clean X windowsill, whatever windowsill, and so they had to vacuum out the windowsill. One person this week, I said, I need you to wipe off the carport and get all the cobwebs, that were on the ceiling. And I don't want anything to last, more than 15, 20 minutes. So it's like not overwhelming, and they can just do it and move on. So anyways, that is a totally random point. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching our channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you have a homeschool question that you would like Lauren and I to answer, we will do our best. Between that, we've both been homeschooling over 10 years. My oldest is going into 10th grade. Her oldest is going into 11th grade, and we have homeschooled K through that so far. So we haven't experienced, 11th and 12th grade yet. But all the rest of the things that we have got to experience and kind of learn from our mistakes, or, reflect and do things better here and there. So if you have any questions, we love those. Or if you have any type of video that you would like us to do, even if it has to do with life and not just, our homeschool curriculum picks. So thanks for watching, and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next week.